Welcome everyone to another episode of the Sky Realm here at Homie and the Dude. We are so excited for you to be joining us. Also, just a quick bit of news. We do have a mailing list that has just started. So if you wish to receive free D&D supplements from us, be entered in any giveaways that we do, as well as also receive pre-launch information about our upcoming airship combat Kickstarter, then join that. There will be a link in the description. Otherwise, last time here at Homie and the Dude, I actually complimented people, and I'm going to do that again by saying thank you to our editing team. I'm going to do that quickly. Thanks to the editing team, Becky and Ben. Thanks to the art team, Josh and Victor and Alex. Thanks to Underground Oracle Publishing for allowing us to use some of their content. We cannot do this without all of you amazing people. So thank you so much for being a part of this team and allowing us to produce this awesome show. Now we'll get into it. So
nice recovery.
Thank you. Thanks. Last time on Homie and the Dude Sky Realm, our players were ambushed by a group of pirates. Evis was struck by a bolt of lightning very early on, disabling them for pretty much most of the combat. The group did manage to defeat the pirates with some incredibly creative combat gameplay from R&R Sam Comerford. Absolutely incredibly creative work there. However, during the combat, Geo, our faithful turtle, did die and went to another plane. On this other plane, they encountered a person who claimed that they were Zach Gladius, the person who had been trying to contact you guys through their dreams, through your dreams this whole time. He gave some incredible information to Geo, informing them that he believed that the second 40 stone he had created was actually back in the plane that you guys are existing in, back in that reality. And he was very concerned and was hoping that you guys would be able to recover such an item. With this, Geo and Zach combined their energy together to transport Geo's spirit back into his body and got Geo back into his body after giving him a little bit of information that was very important to Geo's character. From there, you guys did defeat the pirates and then proceeded to investigate the Thunderbolt airship. You guys found a couple of different things. R&R and Geo went below the decks and found the rooms of the crew. Geo collected himself 2 Electra-style, Raphael-style daggers, so we literally have a mutant Ninja Turtle now in our team, which is awesome. And then we had Blanco investigating the upper decks and went into Triple P's quarters and found in there that he had been basically collecting pixie dust from himself, extracting pixie dust from himself to use on his magical rapier during combat, which you guys experienced. Blanco also discovered a box that belonged to Triple P that had contained his rapier at one point, and they collected that. Finally, you had found a note from a note, something that had been written by Triple P, basically with a to-do list that basically said that, you know, he was looking for the 40 stone, he needed to recover the 40 stone, then he needed to regain his honor and rejoin Zodiac's crew. After this, Blanco also found a beautiful elven +1 bow in the like armory room. From there, Rom and Toad were investigating the ship itself, the Zephyr itself, and they actually found underneath the Zephyr a arcane tracker that had been placed there, they believe by the pirates. They removed the arcane tracker, and Ólafur kind of disabled it using Dispel Magic. From there, you guys had a bit of a group conversation on deck, and you guys basically discussed what had been found. Geo shared the information that Zach had told him during their experience on this other plane. And then Ólafur made you guys promise, do a rune Promise, as he called it, which is where you put your hands in the center and he inscribed a rune on your hand so that only you guys could discuss this topic, or at least if you go outside of that, he would be fully aware that you've discussed this topic with other people. He then proceeded to inform the group that the Defiant Rebellion movement was still very much in existence, though it was hidden under the shadows. He informed the group that the fact that the 40 Stone was back in existence meant that they now had a chance to rewrite history, to change the way that things are if they could get their hands on this stone. He told you guys that he was one of a few council members of the Defiant, and that he believed he wanted to go back to the People's Republic to share this information with another couple of council members that he believes are there. The group kind of took this in. Blanco struggled, to decide whether they wanted to be a part of this journey, as they have their own journey that they feel like they're on. And as you guys kind of finished this conversation, the group broke apart, and R&R and Toad had a beautiful conversation about some feelings. And it seems like R&R is just continuing to feel things, which is just obscenely weird and out of the normal. And so from there, Zach had a conversation with Rom that triggered some memories for him, that triggered some recollections of people that were important to him in his life. It was if you remember, it was a drow. It was an elven woman. It was another elven man, and then another drow. The other drow, however, was a drow that had like white dreadlocks, wore like a poncho, basically some harem pants, and you remembered him as your best friend after being turned into a warforged, and him being Gazan Bane. So you now have this memory and have unlocked a bit more of your psyche. From there, you guys went to sleep and enjoyed an evening of sleep, and the next day awoke to find yourselves arriving at the People's Republic, where you guys were slowly approaching the Imperium barrier. However, today's session does not begin at this moment at all. Today's session begins a day in the past, just as the pirates sprung combat upon you. As Evis was struck by this bolt of lightning, they fell into a sleep for the very first time in their life. As a Genasi, they usually trance, but this time they fell into a sleep. And as they did, their mind began to drift away from their body and begin getting pulled by what felt like an exceedingly large amount of gravity, almost like it was pulling Evis's spirit downwards. And as they fall through what looks like clouds and things like that, and Evis, you awake, and instantly as you do, you can feel there is a lot of tenebrous energy around you. There's, this dark, arcane power kind of coursing around you. And you can now see that you're laying on a cold, translucent obsidian floor. You can see that there is gold filigree kind of woven into the obsidian, and you can see light kind of emanating from the ground around you. This orange glow, as you peer through the obsidian that you're laying on, you can see that there's lava flowing underneath it. As you kind of lift your head to look around, you can see that you're in this gorgeous throne room that has completely been made out of obsidian. You can see the walls are translucent as well, with lava flowing behind them. There's pillars of obsidian rising either side of you. And then in front of you is a throne chair. Now this throne chair is dark and gloomy. You can see that it has these almost like antlers rising out either side that have been coated in gold as well, that kind of meet in the center. You can see that the gold kind of moves along the arms of the throne all the way down to the hands of a being that you can see. And as you kind of look up, you see someone that you kind of recognize, that they're very familiar to you, but they are exceedingly different all at the same time. And as you look, you can see there is a woman sat in a chair with pale white skin, as white as snow. However, you can see that they have a gorgeous gold crown on, and as you kind of look down, they have this almost wet, straight black hair that hangs down. You can see that their eyes are covered in these black rings, and as you look down, you see they've got black, almost tears that are not falling but clinging to their cheeks, hanging there. And as you look down, they're wrapped in this kimono that is different types of grays kind of folded over one another. And they have large baggy sleeves that are kind of hanging. And the kimono has gold filigree similar to everything around you on the arms and wrapping the seams of this. You can feel that there was maybe hope once within the eyes that you were looking at. But all you can see now is distress, anger, and just this kind of growing uncomfortableness kind of fills you as they look up, Evis, and they say to you, "Oh, look what we have here. A lost soul. In my throne room. What can I do for you at this very inappropriate time that you have arrived here?"
I'm so sorry to have disturbed your... So sorry to have disturbed you, Your Highness.
Well,
What
you
is
haven't...
this place?
This? Oh, darling, well, you have come far away, it seems. But this is Creator. This is my halls. And you are in a place that you very much should not be, you little insect, you. So, let me ask, what do you want so I can get on with my day, as this is the only time I've had to myself all month?
Want to wake up.
Wake up. Wake up. You are very much awake right now. You are very much awake. You're just not within yourself.
I'm so sorry. What do you mean I'm not within myself? The last thing I remember is being on the skyship. How did I get here?
Well, you're precipicing death right now, which fills me with... And as you say this haze of kind of dark energy begins to reverberate around them, almost like heat haze. You're in between two places, and it seems, as you believe in me, you're here. But you're doing such a disservice right now. Because your friends are in fucking terrible, terrible danger. At this point, she lifts a hand and waves it in the air. You see almost like a mist, black mist kind of appear and emanate. And as it does, it separates and you can see almost like a vision. It shows you the party currently fighting for their lives on the Gladius airship with these attackers that attacked you. And as you're watching, you see this small pixie basically hurl a bolt of lightning that basically collides with the Gladius ship. And as it ripples outwards, you see Geo get hit by this and slowly kind of fall. Their body hits the ground. And you can tell instantly that they are lifeless as they do. She leans in and smiles and she's like, you see, your friends right now could really do with you, but instead you're here bothering me like the...
I didn't choose this.
Well, whether you chose to or not, like the cockroach that you are, you're invading my home right now. And your friends are dying without you. But this is the way of the world. Entropy is all that is real. All things fade, and whether you wish it to be or not, like myself, all things fall into darkness. And as she says this, her mouth detaches from itself, opens wide, her eyes grow black as she does, and then suddenly it snaps back into the same face that she had. So I ask you one more time, what is it that you want from me?
I want to go back.
Well, and at this moment, a door over to the far right of this throne room opens, and you see a giant creature walk in. As it does, it stands up onto its back 2 feet, and just to describe it to you, it is clearly a creature that you've read about, a sphinx. But this sphinx is completely mummified, wrapped in bandages from head to toe. And as it stands there, it walks in. Oh, your dark lord. Your 4 o'clock is here. Lord Damascus waits for you. She turns. Oh, goddamn Damascus. He's always... why? For fuck's sake, I thought I was going to have some time to myself today, but then this worthless spirit is here bothering me. For God's sake, and she leans in. So to go home, it seems like now is a good time as ever. So I shall do that for you this once. But I want you to know, young Evis, that your prayers, your thoughts, for me that you have daily mean nothing to me. They are worthless, and they are helping you in no way. The Kazekar are deluded. Do not ever, ever forget that. And as she says this, she pushes her hands forward, and this dark cloud ripples forth from her hands. It begins engulfing you as suddenly you're sucked back upwards as if gravity becomes lighter again. You suck straight back up through the clouds, and you awake back in your body. You're in the Gladius airship. You're in a hammock. And as you go to move, you feel your arms seem to be working, though it feels like you've run a marathon of some sort. Your joints are sore and achy. And as you swing your legs round off of the hammock, you can feel that one of your legs just really isn't working in the way that you want to. It's just not computing with the brain signal that you're sending. At this moment, we're going to cut forward a day. We're going to cut forward a day to when you're all asleep, to another dream that someone else is having on the Thunderbolt airship. We cut into Rom's mind as he has shut himself down as a warforge, and his mind begins to drift. Though it is halted almost immediately, you're kind of in this similar kind of plane that I described last time to Geo, but this time it's kind of blue. The ground is flat and blue, and it's very cloudy. Blue clouds kind of emanate around you. It's almost like mist rather than clouds, more like fog kind of filling the area. And as you kind of stand there, a figure walks out of the clouds. You recognize him almost instantly as the drow that had been illuminated from your mind. Not your best friend, but the other one. You can see he has a long green mustache that is bristly and kind of sticks out under his nose. He's wearing brown robes that are kind of connected at the middle and have like a point down at the hand. You can see he's carrying a book under one arm and a wand that he holds in front of you. The end of the wand is lit with a bit of light. And as he stands there, he goes, "Hello, Romulus. It's been some time."
Friend?
Kaiba, if you remember.
Vaguely, like... it's all just a mess here. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I've got you in my head. Like, I can see you, but I can't name you. Kaiba, hi.
Let me fill in some blanks for you. My once friend. After Gladius made the first 40 stone and set all of the events of what it was meant to be into action, allowing the Imperials to stake their claim, he began working on a second stone. And if you remember, you were assisting him.
In the Arcane Institute.
Exactly, my
I do remember that, yes. Well, time out. Where are we?
This is within your own mind.
I'm dreaming. Are you the one that's making all the dreams happen?
Someone's making dreams happen for you. No, I simply have taken this one for myself.
Okay.
That's not me at all. How very... And as he says this, he strokes his bright green mustache. How very curious. As he leans in, he goes, "The people that you're with..."
My friends, yeah.
"They were a big problem. The events that were set into action by Gladius with the first 40 stone was how it was meant to be. Things are how they are meant to be. And you know, as wildfire burns away the old, it makes way for the new. Now, after he escaped with the second stone, I shut you down. I made sure that you would be able to come back and fulfill what we had all been trying to achieve by building these stones together. I brought you back, and I was far more surprised than I would have ever been to find that you're with a group that are such a problem, trying to enact changes that should not be enacted. They're trying to revert the timeline and get back to some fake utopia in their mind. But as you know, like I said, once the wildfire has settled, there can only be the new. There is no time for the past.
Change has to come. You are right there.
Change always must come. It is the only thing that is certain in life is change. You know this to be true, Romulus. You have experienced enough times in your life that that is how it must be. It is why the fire fills your soul.
What are you saying, that we're in the wrong?
Not only are they in the wrong, they are about to cause things that should never be caused. They are about to change things in a way that brings things back. It's retroactive, and that is not what we want. That is not what you want. You know it in yourself to be true.
But we're helping people. Like, how can you...
Helping people is the way of the Imperials. We're making a new age, boy. A new age of Arcanum. What are you talking about? You know of the new age. You know what it will bring.
Balance.
So I will offer you some balance. Is very right. Indeed. Balance and clarity, but it takes time. You know that the night is darkest just before the dawn, and the dawn is just on the horizon. You've known this.
Yeah, maybe, like, but it's always darkest. You have to... I don't know what you want from me here. Like, I'm trying to do my best, and it seems like you're saying I'm doing my worst here.
I want you to do what you have been doing for us many years. I need you to reactivate yourself. I need you to gather information from this group. And once you have gathered this information, I need you to act. And when I mean act, I mean you end it for them all. Because if they continue down this path that they are on, the change that we worked so hard for will not come. And I offer you this. I offer you something you want and have wanted for many years. The voice of your dearest Reshi.
You have Reshi's voice.
I don't have Reshi's voice, but I have the ability to give Reshi's voice back. All it requires is that you, right now, make a pact with me, promise that you shall give me the information that I need about the Defiant and anything else that you believe could help us and the Imperials. Furthermore, when the time for action comes, when I tell you it's time for action, you eliminate this good.
Even if I wanted to, I'm marked. I can't speak of anything you've just said. I'm sorry there. And
he lifts his hand and opens his book. He waves his wand and he goes, "That is never a problem for the Supreme Wizard of the Arcane Institute." He points it at you, and you feel the rune that Ólafur had drawn on your hand begin to fizzle and burn away as it disappears from your being. Now you're free to talk as you wish.
then you'll get Reshi's voice back.
I will get more than Reshi's voice back. But yes, that will be the start of the things that I'm willing to do for you, my old friend Romulus.
Why? Gladius is alive.
Zach is alive. When did you find this out, dear Romulus?
Last night. Yesterday.
He's alive here in the Sky Realm.
I don't know about that. I just know his being is still around.
You see him take a concerted step backwards as he again begins stroking his green mustache. Well, that's very curious. Very curious indeed. That sneaky little fucker was always trying to fuck us over. And of course, he would have had a contingency plan. It makes perfect sense. Romulus?
You'll get Reshi's voice back now?
Not now, but when you have served your time. For now, stay with these people. Do not let them know of our conversation. I will be in contact soon. Thank you, my boy. And as he says this, he sheaths his wand. The smoke kind of begins to encompass him again as he steps backwards into the smoke and disappears. You also wake up back in your body. With this, we're going to cut back into the Gladius with Evis. Evis, as you awaken, you find yourself not kind of working in the way that you were hoping to. What do you do? There's no one around you, by the way. There's no other members of the party seem to be around you in the lower deck of the Gladius at this moment in time.
I want to reflect on my dream, because I don't think I quite understood exactly what was going on, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Baby's first dream. And and yeah, was that Alia?
You can please make an insight check with advantage, please, as you have studied the goddess for many, many years.
Okay. The first was a 21.
Amazing.
The second was an 11, so yeah, we're gonna go with that 21.
21. The face of the being that you met, 100%, was the face of Alia. You've seen drawings, depictions, ancient scriptures of Alia throughout your life, and it was her, but nothing like the depictions that you've seen. You know, those black tears, the crown that sat above her head, you know, the gray kimono that was, you know, bland, no color, and then that kind of dark haze, that almost heat haze of tenebrous dark energy was all new. Nothing like you recognize from what you had been told.
What I've been told. I love that. Okay. I take a second to, you know, it's just in my brain, in everything I've known for the past however many years. It's so overwhelming, and it's frightening and confusing, and many gerunds that I don't have the capacity to, like, give out.
Mm-hmm. As you look down, you notice on yourself, you can see that your binding that you wear around your upper half has been scorched, and there is like a heavy mark kind of there. You can see as well that as you kind of look down, there's almost a scar that is like reaching from where the binding had been struck down your arm a little bit and up your neck, wrapping kind of around your neck and over the back of your shoulder. It's similar to your skin blue, but like a dark purple blue. As you look at it, you kind of look for a second and you're not sure whether you're seeing it or whether you're feeling it, but there's like a pulse there, almost like a crackle of energy that you kind of feel right there.
With this hand, not the electrified hand, or you know what I'm saying, like I touch it and just tentatively to test how tender it is and just realize how close it was to my heart.
It was close, and you felt when you kind of touch it, you kind of feel this like static, almost like when you as a child would slide down a slide, and you would feel that like kind of static in your hair and things like that. It's kind of that same feeling as you touch the area, and it's very odd. It's one of that you feel, in terms of how close you were, you feel that you were precipicing something scary. And what you experienced was scary enough, but what you precipiced was even scarier.
I want to try to get up on both feet. And yeah.
Cool. So as you lift yourself from the hammock and go to get up, can you please make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Oh, fuck. I rolled an 8.
With an 8, as you go to press your foot on the ground and you put your weight on it, it collapses underneath you and you fall to the ground, unable to fully lift yourself with one of your legs. It seems to be your right leg is definitely not holding the strength that it once did.
Great. Is there something I can like grab onto, or a mobility aid of some sort?
Yes.
Somewhere in here? Yes,
you can see in front of you there is like a couple of boxes that you could kind of prop yourself up on, and next to them is kind of like a gnarled stick, basically. You can tell that Ólafur has kind of got it there. Whether he liked the look of the stick or whether he was using it himself for something, you can just see that there is like a gnarled stick that's almost like straight at the bottom, thin down to a point, has like a twisted kind of section and a large kind of almost like knot at the top that would be perfect for grabbing onto.
I grab... Oh.
Go on.
No, go on, please.
Go on, Blanco.
Blanco, with his keen sense of hearing, Dios mío, what is that? I hear something below, and I turn and I'm sort of trying to check to see if anyone else had heard it, but they do not. And with that, I go down to investigate what I had heard.
I hear Blanco say, I heard something down below, and I say, Avis, it's Avis. And I follow Blanco.
We will go and check.
Amazing.
I mean, I will say I have a passive 18 for perception, so...
I was going to say, those of you those of you who are asleep with Blanco and Gio definitely notice them awake, and it awakes you as they do. And if you wish to follow them, you're welcome to do so as well.
As we...
Yeah.
Rom follows. Toad?
Good. Toad
I was literally about to call for help.
At the very end, Toad Paul last. Like everyone's already up, and Toad's like, huh? So yeah, Toad's gonna follow on too.
Arnar, what are you joining them, or are you hanging out on the Thunderbolt still?
Arnar is somebody who understands that personal space is a currency, and my man knows not to overwhelm people, so he is going to go up to the cooler and start getting some food ready for Evis in case they need it, because I know we have hummus according to my notes.
You're not wrong at all. In the Thunderbolt there was some hummus and some bread bits. You can see, some wilted vegetables there, some stuff that, they've been you can tell the crew of the Thunderbolt had been traveling a bit of time, and yeah, you're able to begin kind of collecting that stuff. Before you guys get down, get across back to the Gladius and down into the lower level, we cut back to Evis, who is currently, looking for that mobility aid. Go for it.
Yeah, I absolutely grab the thing, the cane. Yeah, I grab that and start pulling myself up slowly and just start calling out, help! Somebody help, please! Hello? Can anyone hear me?
It's Evis! It's Evis! Did you hear that? It's Evis!
Yes, come, quickly, come. We must help her. I hear her calling as well.
As you guys get across to the Gladius and kind of climb down into the lower deck, you can see Evis at this point is half up, half down, kind of resting on this cane and kind of trying to lift themselves up. Over to you guys.
Geo sort of, I guess, pushes past Blanco in a really not Geo type way, but is just drawn by the fact that Evis, the last time he saw them, was unconscious and he wasn't sure what their state was. And he just comes up to Evis and says, Evis, you're awake. You're fine. You're fine. Are you fine?
Oh my God, Sergio. I'm okay. I don't know.
Blanco comes in behind and is sort of reaching around and takes Evis's sort of under the arm and helps to support them and tell us, you seem confused.
That lightning strike should have taken me out. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to being so, unsure.
In life, we can be unsure about many things, my friend. Here, take strength from me and support on me. Geo and I are here. We are here to help.
Evis, you're okay. You're okay. You're talking. You see us, and we see you. You're alive, and we're alive. And Geo sees that Evis is not able to...
Sergio. Wait, Geo, wait. I thought... Hold on. I saw you die.
I did. But I don't know what happened either. But I'm here. And you're here. And we're here. And Geo...
Glad we're here.
Puts his hand on Evis's injured hand and sees that Evis is holding themselves up.
Cool. Evis, based on your new feature, Geo is currently touching your that section of your body. Can you please? Can you please?
Make an attack roll.
Can you please make your dexterity saving throw for me?
Yeah.
Kind.
The DC is 8 plus your dex modifier.
8 plus my... Okay, so... Oh, thank God. Okay, so I rolled an 18. My DC was 12.
DC was 12.
Yeah.
Geo, as you place your hand on Evis, you notice almost instantly that there's this static kind of coursing through them. And Evis, as they touch you, you feel this kind of surge grow on that side of your body. And you manage to just like quash it back down and stop whatever that growth of energy was in that moment. Continue, sorry.
Wouldn't be fair to electrocute you at this moment.
No,
Thank
it would be
God.
fucking miserable right now. I do cast Lesser Restoration on Avis to try to reduce or remove what looks like some sort of immobility, some limitation.
Anything else?
Well, when I cast it, it is somatic and verbal, and I'm going to cast it actually with the words that were passed to me by Zach Gladius in my own other plane conversation, but I'm going to do it under my breath. So I just sort of whisper to myself, Abrisk, Odin. And I'm looking at Evis right in her eyes. And I'm not stuttering.
Sorry.
And I say the last word, Bata.
Amazing. Rom, Toad, and Blanco. Evis, you can clearly see that Geo says words that are not the usual words for the hand gestures that they're doing at this moment in time as they cast this. Rom, Blanco, and Toad, who have joined them now, can you guys please make perception checks to see whether you notice Geo doing this?
Rom takes off his mask.
No,
Wow.
it's a 1.
1.
Toad comes in last. The Toad misses it. He's slowly flying in.
A little bit groggy still from the night's sleep, getting rocked by Sky Zephyrs,
22.
18.
22. 18. Blanco, you also notice Geo say these words that, he almost that he's trying to hide them. Rom, as you notice him say these words, you're like, that's odd. You've seen people cast this spell before, and it's different from how you've seen it done before. And as happens, you hear the same voice from your dream in your head say, interesting, very interesting.
I try not to give anything away there. I just kind of jump a little bit and try and disguise it by going to Evis's walking stick, and I'd like to cast Druidcraft to make it into 2 crutches. So the branches and then so it grows out and then comes back down, and it's 2 crutches together, and I snap one off, and then you've got 2.
Oh, amazing.
And then I just like to leave the room.
I love that. Beautiful. You Druidcraft these beautiful crutches and hands them to you. As he does this, Rom just walks out. Geo, can you please describe what your lesser restoration spell is like? And can you tell me, are you channeling Lux or are you channeling Tenebis?
I'm so unfamiliar with the concept of, I've heard of Lux and Tenebis in my studies, but from my encounter with Zach Gladius, I'm drawing on the power of Lux, and I do, again, it's very subtle, but I almost do it, the movement that Zach Gladius did, which was very sort of large in gestures, I do it just sort of in my Will Smith right in here. And I'm all about healing right now, all about giving Evis healing power, so it's all Lux healing power.
Amazing. So as you cast Lesser Restoration, Evis, you feel the complete paralysis that seemed to be going on with your leg kind of loosens a little bit, though it hasn't fully solved itself. You feel it eases, almost like the pain that was there when you stepped is no longer there as much. And Geo, as you cast it, you feel yourself pull the energy from above you, and it kind of seeps through your head first and down through your body and then through your arm. And you basically then, do this spell. And as you do, you watch the white mark on your arm grow ever so slightly. About half a centimeter radius, diameter, radius, however you want to put it. And
I
you
see
notice
it.
that. Yeah.
I see it. I notice it. I've noticed these marks growing on me, but I haven't known if anyone else has noticed it. So I casually and sort of indistinctly as possible, just bring my arm back and try to tuck that bit of my arm down.
Can you please add the healing that you gave Evis on top of the restoration because you channeled Lux energy? Well, I should say you channeled pure Lux energy. I believe it's 1d4.
So 2.
2. You gain, because you're at max health, because you've had a long rest, Evis, though it was a stressful one, you do regain, you get 2 points of temporary HP on top of your max HP.
Cool.
Yes. Arnar.
Thank you.
Can I, at this point, come downstairs with a tray of hummus and bread and say, Evis, you're awake. Would you like hummus?
That was such, like, a hairpin turn in my brain that I just didn't know how to...
Listen, we gotta have our Marvel joke allowance somewhere in here.
Is there celery?
It is very wilted, but yes.
Can I draw a
That's
craft
fine.
as I pass to make all the food nicer?
Yeah, go for it. So, Arnar, as you came down, Ron passed you, and he managed to make some of the veg with a druid craft a little bit more healthy and have a little bit more crunch to it.
Do I notice this?
No, I don't think you did. Which is
Okay.
why you said it's still working.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll have the tray. I'll hold the tray for Evis, seeing that their arms are preoccupied with crutches for the most part.
Yeah.
While this is going on,
They
I see Toad on the side, and I kind of just put my hand out, hopefully for Toad to sort of jump on it, so I can rest him on my shoulder to get a little bit closer to what looks like Evis in a much more restorative place.
And during this time, Blanco is still holding Evius and sort of not sure when she's going to start using these crutches, because at the moment he's using his strength under their arms to lift them.
Yeah, they grab the crutches. Thank you both. Thank you all so much. I'm so sorry. They grab the crutches and I'm imagining them as like the forearm crutches.
Those ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Instead of the
Yeah.
underarm ones, they're like these ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just my personal preference when I need a mobility aid. I'm just like, oh my god, no, under the arm, fuck that.
Totally.
Sergio feels the joy and turns to Toad and says, "Would a little song be too much right now?"
The little song is never too much. Never. So I'm going to play like a soft, kind of almost like lullaby, and I'm going to do Celestial Rain, pinpointed around of Evis. It's like a nice to kind of like glow, kind of like enter the room through the shield, like coming through the walls and everything. And so I'll play just a nice little, a more comforting melody, a little softer. On the
Beautiful.
harmonica.
Beautiful.
I just needed help getting up. You all didn't have to come here like this.
But I heard
Thank you.
a loud noise, a bang, like you had fallen, and when one of us is fallen, we're a pack, we're a group, we have to aid each other. And sorry if I have come, rushing to, but for me it is most important that we are all well.
know. Are you all well? I mean, again, I'm concerned about Geo, and I mean, I dreamed for the first time ever, and I saw Geo die, and I saw y'all almost didn't make it out of that fight. I just... Is every, like...
Geo is here with us, but it was a moment none of us want to relive. It was painful. We all thought, did we not, that we had lost our good friend, our little hero here. But he's here with us.
I mean, technically I'm taller than you, Blanco, so there is that.
I was about to say Blanco gestures to a turtle that is like maybe 2 or 3 inches taller than Blanco.
But in wisdom, my friend, you are, you're coming through the ranks, shall we say.
Thanks, Blanco.
Wow, Blanco. Blanco's got shade.
At this moment, Ron, what are you doing back on the top deck of the Gladius for?
I'm legs dangling off the edge of the ship, kind of just contemplating. Yeah, like, was it what he did was right or wrong? When he saw everyone together, he felt like he'd done the wrong thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. As you're sat there kind of contemplating, feeling the wind pass you by as you continue soaring towards the People's Republic, a hand is placed on your shoulder. As you look up, it's Ólafur, stood there with his dragon over his shoulder. Sato is clearly already very drunk, and is kind of hanging head low as always. And he kind of leans down and goes, "My friend, are you all right? You seem a little less functional than usual."
I put my hand that I assume does not have the mark anymore.
The mark?
The rune.
Oh yeah.
It's disappeared, right?
Yeah, it's disappeared.
I put that in my pocket. And yeah, I feel dysfunctional. I don't know, maybe with everything that happened, it was a lot, like a lot. 2 people almost dying. We got a ship, but yeah, I don't know. I feel really lost right now.
My goodness, my dear automated friend, you are not lost. You're amongst people who care about you, and once you're a water runner, you are one of us for life. So you do not have to worry about being lost in any way, shape, or form. But let me just say this: yesterday was a lot. We lost Geo for a split second there. I got fucking knocked out twice.
How's your head, by the way?
My head is hurting fucking really bad today. It's like when you drink a lot and then you fall downstairs, and then you fall down another set of stairs. It's like that, exactly like that.
You do have 2 matching bumps.
Yeah, very painful. Yeah. Fucking nunchucks, man. I thought they were like a lot squishier. Like from when I've seen people using them, I'm like, oh, it's just rotating on a chain. It's not going to do much damage. But clunk, here I am.
Yeah.
Fucking,
you're the squishy one.
Yeah, exactly. My brain is still ringing. But you know what? I understand the place that you're at. I've been there many times before. That loss. And the one thing I can say is, lean on the things that matter to you. Those things that in your core of core mean something to you. Rely on that, because that will always guide you, and follow that. You will be fine. But other than that, I just wanted to let you know that we are actually about to be approaching the People's Republic, and I just wanted to say that I need to go back and fly the other Zephyr, but I wanted to come tell you because I saw you up here to tell the others that we're going to be approaching in just a moment. But again, just know that I don't love you, but I got you. In that sense, if you ever need to talk like we did the other day about my time with Zach, or if you ever need a conversation, I'm always happy to have a conversation with you, my dear animatronic buddy.
On Ron's hip, like the mask changes to like a deep sad, like it's not on me, but it's still on me, and like him just saying these kind words has made me even more conflicted, and it's actually done worse, to be honest. I can't. I thank you for the kind words, man. I've got your back too.
I appreciate that. Where's your dragon, by the way? I haven't seen your dragon today.
I was just about to call her.
Oh.
So.
Well, I don't know. Do you need me to look away for that? I'm not sure how. Is it one of those ones?
Just bright lights. If you got epilepsy or something like that, just.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like a personal thing. If you needed to
I do want
the summoning can be personal for certain people. Very, vulnerable, revealing, kind of like at a urinal in, in a tavern. You
can't have a look.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I didn't want to look, but I also wanted to offer, if you wanted me to look away, I can do that as well.
I appreciate that. I'm actually going to go take the flag down off this pirate ship.
Oh.
If we're getting into customs.
Shit. I'd fucking forgotten about that.
Yeah,
Damn.
I just heard it flapping,
Yeah, damn pirates hanging that shit up there so high. Well, you know what? Good luck. And, if you could quickly go tell the others before you do that, I'm going to just finish setting our course for the last little bits as we come into the People's Republic very soon. But give Reshi all my love today, and I hope that they are doing well, though they probably can't tell us,
Yeah,
but,
no.
But yeah, sure they're doing well.
Thank you. And same to Sato, even though he looks chronically drunk, like epileptic.
He lifts up his head slowly, and it kind of does one of those drunk rocks as he lifts a slow little dragon thumb, and it's just like, and kind of does like a little dragon burp, and then just flumps back down, and he's like, as always, addictions are addictions. We're working on it. It
needs some help.
I've been trying to get him to rehab. He covers his ears. I've been trying to get him to rehab for years now, and you know what? The poor little guy, he just loves it. He just loves it. But I'll tell you what, it always seems like when he's sober, he's a little bit less of himself. That's just him.
It's concerning.
I know, right? Isn't it? He loses a piece of himself.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's awful. I feel very bad. I feel like an enabler and a father all at the same time, and it's just a very hard position to be in.
Yeah. And those burps, I barely can smell, but I don't know how maybe you're just nose blind to it. It's foul.
Well, they say, and he releases, they say dragon burps are compliments. So he taps Sato. Compliment it was indeed.
Oh, sweet. Thank you, buddy.
No problem. And you know what? I'll catch you in a little bit. Good luck though with the flag.
Yeah.
And he turns to head back across to the Thunderbolt to go man the helm over there.
Cool. I wait till he's left, and then it's just needed. It's it's not even me casting a spell. It's like an instinct now. It's just like me yawning or something I can't help. Just like a spiraling flame around the core of me, and then just spurts out and then comes around me, and Reshi appears with flames going in all directions. No, I missed that chirp. How are you doing? I'm taking that. We should really get some 2 chirps for no, 1 for yes. I think we did that last time. My memory is the worst. Anyway, I know that less of the sass. Come on. Yeah, I love you too, buddy. I'm gonna go tell the guys that we're coming into customs. Can you take the flag down? Would that be?
And you see this fire ignite in Reshi's eyes, as if to say do you want me to burn it?
Yeah, no evidence of that. But don't get the rest of the ship, just the flag.
You see Reshi kind of slow, they're very much like a haku kind of Chinese dragon, and you see that they're like waving kind of slows down a little bit as they're like.
That's the spirit. Yeah.
And then kind of flies off and heads towards the flag. As you kind of make your way down into the ship, you hear like a as the flag ignites basically and begins burning. You join the others below deck.
I knock on the door. Hey guys, Ellis, I hope you're doing much better now. And same with you, Gio. It's been a while. We're coming into customs, and Ólafur just told me to come tell you guys. I had a 5-minute warning. And then start to head up back upstairs.
Hey, Rom.
Hey, Gio. Stop. What's up?
Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Oh, you cruel bastard! Fucking. Yeah. And I just head back up the stairs. Oil, maybe just a little oil.
A little trickle of oil.
Yeah.
From the T crevasse, the T crevasse, just a little bit of oil.
It evaporates instantly. But
Arnar says, "Oh wow, I can't believe we have such a kind and trustworthy friend. We love you to the end." Also, Sato and Reshi plushies will be out as this episode airs. So get ready for those.
Oh, damn.
The merch store.
We need that. We so need that.
Oh, that'd be great.
In his
You'll strap so they can stay on your shoulder.
Like a little yes. Oh, no backpack plushie. Oh, okay.
That'd be sick. That'd be.
Gonna just write that down.
Oh my gosh! I'm not only making dice; I'm now stitching as well.
Stretch goal for the Kickstarter.
There we go. Yeah, stretch goal. There we go.
I gotta get comfortable. I gotta get comfortable with knitting plushies really quickly.
Blanco notices what's going on, and he's like, "Wow, Rom is changing. I feel like he's becoming such a part of this group with these tears for us and his love for Gio and to see Evis. This is for Blanco. This is really important." He's used to sort of this pack mentality. While not a leader, he always feels so much more warmth when he feels like he's part of a group, and he's just like when he turns to Gio and he says, "Gio, my friend, I meant no disrespect when I say small, but to me, you are young, you are like a son, and I miss my family and Goric, he was the young boy that I loved, and to me there is an innocence that the two of you shared, and please forgive me. I meant you no disrespect, my big friend." And he uses his paw and pats Gio.
No disrespect taken, Blanco. You're amazing, and I aspire to be as brave as you are, and some of the things that you've done have been just things that heroes are told about and talked about.
God, when you know my true past, you will not feel this way about me, but I thank you right now for this honor you talk of, but believe me, I must just leave for a moment.
No. It's definitely what you said is true. I mean, we go way back, and so what you did back there, I can't see you ever being any different. I think that's just out the spirit of your being. I feel like so no. Gio speaks the truth. I mean, you definitely a hero, and Gio yourself. I mean, the way that you ran to Evis when she was first up there, when they got first taken down, you were the first to. You literally shielded them with your own body. So if that's not courageous, then I mean, I don't know what would be. So you both are pretty awesome, I would say.
at the end of the day, we're a team, and team is so special. Let me go and just see how Rom is doing, and I sort of like go to leave.
At that moment, Geo.
1 second, Toad wants to go for it.
Oh, so I'm gonna go check on. Have I ever spoken to Offer's Dragon? I don't think I have.
No.
So I definitely want to go check. Yeah, because like I definitely would to this point make sure that they're doing okay. So I'm gonna fly off as well in a little bit to go check on them.
Amazing. We'll come back to that in a minute. Go for it, Gio.
When Blanco and Toad kind of exited, Geo finds himself having scooped 2 like lettuce leaves into the hummus and turns around and they're both gone. And he looks at Arnar and at Evis and hands them to them awkwardly.
Oh.
Knowing that he previously really wanted to give it to Toad and to Blanco in that moment, but he's kind of screwed, so he hands them to them.
Oh, thank you for this.
As you hold it, Arnar, the leaf like flops and a bit of hummus falls off the end of it onto the floor of the Gladius.
I see. This might not have been the utensil of choice for serving a dip, considering the structural integrity of the leaf is degraded massively, but thank you nonetheless. I will attempt to preserve as much hummus from the ground as I can. And he kind of like scrapes the top layer off onto the lettuce and puts it in his mouth.
Technically, Arnar, it is romaine. So even though it's a little bit limp, the flavor still remains until it goes brown. And it hasn't gone brown. You can see it. It's changing into that green to yellow color. So I think you're going to find it tasty.
Tastes just like lettuce, watery and nothing.
Evis laughs under their breath for a second and says, "Would you say the taste romaines?"
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is wordplay.
Yes.
Evis is back.
This does taste like water and hummus and a little small crunch.
At this moment,
Let us move on with these buttons. Just kidding.
At this moment, those of you under deck, as they kind of, breach through a cloud, you can see sun hits the deck of the Gladius, and due to the large hole that has been made from the lightning bolt that Triple P threw at the ship, the light begins to cascade inwards. You can see beams of light begin kind of filling the lower deck as you three still remain down there. Anything else from you guys while you're down there?
I think R&R, now that there's more space and he's a little bit more comfortable, kind of looks to Evis and says, "It looks like you are doing a bit better than you were when you were struck by lightning, so that is good. If you are not feeling this way, then perhaps you need to vent to somebody who is completely impartial, then I can be of assistance." And he sort of nods and is like, "Oh, shit." And he starts rummaging. He's like, "Oh, papers," and he's like looking for his entry papers into the People's Republic, because he needs those as like a business owner and shit like that.
Amazing. We cut back up to the upper deck with Toad. Toad, you've kind of flown out, and you can see that Blanco has kind of gone over to Rom. You can see Ólafur is kind of flying the helm, and you can see Sato has kind of slid off of Ólafur's shoulder and onto like the banister next to him, basically on the Thunderbolt.
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna fly over to Sato and just see how they're doing. I'm gonna speak in Draconic because I imagine that they would. So
yeah,
it'd be awkward if they don't. But yeah.
Amazing. What do you say to him as you fly out?
So although I don't think we've ever had the opportunity to really meet, but it's nice to have a fellow dragon aboard. So I just wanted to make sure you were doing okay. I mean, I know Arthur got knocked down, I think twice. So I'll make sure that you didn't get hit as well.
You see Sato lift his head, not slowly, but with a little bit of a snap, as if he wasn't expecting to hear Draconic being spoken. And he's like, "G'day, mate. Fucking hell. Look at you speaking like one of me. Fucking hell, mate. Look at this." He kind of looks to Ólafur and gives him a little thumb, and then is like, "Bloody hell, where did you fucking learn how to talk like one of me?"
I mean, it's kind of inherent. I mean, I think it just, I mean, it's always been there, so.
Amazing, mate.
Yeah.
That's incredible. How are you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe kind of, things got a little rough back there, but making it through, you know.
Mate, for someone of your size, you're fucking crushing it, mate. You're all over the place. You're like there, you're here, you're everywhere. It's fucking amazing.
You know, I tried. And yourself doing me the way you can fly these ships is nothing short of incredible. So,
Mate, I've been flying these ships since I was a little egg. Since I was a little egg.
Well, but you were an egg. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's
Believe it.
That is beyond. Well, I do believe it.
You best do, mate. You best do, because you know what? I've been fucking doing this for so long. I can do it drunk. I can do it blind. I can do it fucking sleeping, mate. Trust me. I have done many things in my life. Flying ships, fucking easy. Cakewalk.
But I don't want to, you know. I'm not gonna ask you to prove it. You know, I'll definitely take your word for it. But no, definitely. Just thanks for always making sure that you steer us clear of you know, as much trouble as we can. So, thank you for that.
Mate, it's my fucking pleasure. And you are going to be my fucking good friend. I can already tell that we're going to be firm friends here. So you know what, brother? I'm so thankful that we've had this opportunity to interact with one another. Yes, Arnar, go for it. What's up?
This is just PSA to the audience. If your friend says they can drive drunk, they can't.
No.
Don't let them do that. Do not.
Yeah. Definitely.
This is a fictional game.
Yeah, we do not condone dragons drinking and driving. That is
Airships.
Yeah, airships as well.
Ooh.
And Toadskins are there. So.
Can you drive sober?
I was gonna say. Oh,
That's what I was
can
wondering.
he drive sober?
Have to find out.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Amber? Go for it.
Oh no, I was just gonna continue the dumb joke. Like, it's fine.
Continue.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, as a former car insurance agent, if you want a quick way to quadruple your rates, drive drunk, please. Please pay $600 a month in car insurance. There you go.
There you go.
He's like, so
Hammer home the point.
Yeah.
Sato at this point is like, well, mate, you know, if you ever need anything, you know, two dragony friends, two friends who've got that dragon in them, you know, having a bit of a chat, let me know, mate. Also, when we get back to People's Republic, I've got a beautiful pad that I'd love to bloody show you, my good friend. You know, you and me hanging out in the rafters, being homies. It'd be great, my man.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, I'd definitely be down to see your abode. Yeah, that'd be nice.
I assume you like drinking, though, mate. Right? You're not one of them stiffs.
Well,
Yeah, I assume you want to come for a little drink with me, mate.
Well, I mean, every now and then I do like to partake, you know, a little drink or two. But as a musician, try to keep it, you know.
Mate, it's good.
Don't play as well, so definitely.
It's good for the vocal cords, mate. It's better than fucking milk.
No. But not really. But you know, it's if you always drinking this much, I mean,
Mate, honestly, what is life without a drink? I'll tell you what it is. It's fucking boring, mate. That's what it fucking is. Especially with this old bastard. And he gestures to Ólafur, and he's like, this guy fucking says that he's, you know, Mr. Billy Big Bollocks, but he's fucking boring as shit, mate. When he's at home, I'll tell you a little secret now. I'll tell you a fucking secret, right? When he's at home, he likes fucking painting, mate. We're meant to be out here fucking saving the world, and this bastard likes painting. The fuck is that about, mate?
I mean, you know, it's just another way for just artistic expression, like with song, with anything else like that. It's just art. So it's a way that he expresses himself, and so I'm sure there's a way that you would express yourself as well. And maybe you don't. You might not necessarily. You think you need a drink, but maybe you don't. So how about this? How about I take you out on a night out of town, no drinking, and I'll show you they can still have a pretty awesome time. How about that?
Counter proposition. How about this? You take me out on a night of no drinking, and you show me how to do the whole singing thing. I'll take you out on a night of drinking. Well, we'll get absolutely bladdered, mate, and we'll end up somewhere where we don't want to be, but that's the way it's meant to be. And then we'll have a little chatty about which ended up better. And then from there, who knows? You might join me on this viscous roller coaster that I'm on.
Please become an alcoholic.
Getting a third problem. I was gonna say just.
Why have we talked to him sooner? This is gold.
They're gonna reach out a webpage and be like, "You get yourself a deal," and I think you're gonna find that my way is gonna be pretty dang awesome. So, just lifts out a whip hand,
My man.
kind of seal it.
You know what? I haven't done one of these. You know, me and Ólafur, we have our own little handshake that we do, and maybe you and me on our. It's got to be when I've not been drinking, because I won't remember it if I have been drinking. But when I've not been drinking, let's make our own handshake. You know, dragon stuff. You know, maybe with some fire, some shit. You know.
The first thing we do on the day of soberness. I mean, the first thing we do is come with a cool, really cool handshake. So.
You know what,
I
mate?
look forward to it.
I look forward to it, my brother. Can I just say, the Toad and Sato side story that we're going to have to do at some point is going to be fucking amazing. I cannot wait for this little side quest that we're going to do.
cop.
It's incredible. At this moment, Ólafur kind of shouts back to the Gladius and to you, and says to you, Toad and Sato, he's like, let me get my voices back in check here after all that. He's like, everybody, we're arriving at the People's Republic in just a moment. Feast your eyes, as he kind of gestures forward. And at this moment, you see in front of you this beautiful, like arcane barrier that's this large, undulating purple sphere of energy, and it's basically just kind of floating out in the middle of nothing, basically. And you can see that inside it are two large islands, one above the other, connected by a spiraling metal cord of pipe, basically, that connects the two. And as you guys kind of burst through the clouds, you can see that there is 50 or so other Zephyrs coming in from different angles. And as they all do, they're all kind of joining in to this queue. As you approach those who have come before, you know, Arnar, Toad, Rom in your past, and Geo, this is new to you. Blanco, you've seen it from afar. As you guys begin to get closer, a sense of wonder grows in all of you. But another thing that is very clearly there is this energy of just sadness at the same time, of magnitude, of grandeur. And as you begin getting closer, you know that this is the source of all pain everywhere. But it's also the source of all trade, of all commerce, and for a lot of people, it's their homes. So as you begin flying in to the barrier, you join the queue, and Ólafur basically calls you all towards the Thunderbolt and says, "Come on, you lot, come on, make sure, yeah, everyone huddle up, yeah, hurry up, we've got to do papers.
Look at it, guys, look at it. That's the People's Republic. I've only read about it.
Is this your first time?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen pictures of it, of course, but a 2D picture in a book isn't the People's Republic, is it? Look at it.
No.
And it's as bad and as good as it looks, so it's...
Mostly as bad.
Yeah, it's,
Which does make for good work. I will say you will be busy as a member of... what is it? Arnar, Toad, and Shelby.
All for Lincoln. Is that limited? Like, are you like how long is it? Arnar, Toad, Shelby limited, or like what's the full title here?
Oh shoot! I think is it LLC? I think it's just Private Eye Incorporated.
Amazing. You know what? I'm so glad that you guys have found some fun in amongst all of you, and not to mention, and he does a little like one of these. We're also the Green Jalapenos now, which I'm very excited. I assume at some point, after our night of fun, that we shall be doing some sort of practice or something like that.
Yes. Oh, of course, yes. Yes, any musician with their craft, yes, we're definitely going to get some practice going on when we do find the time, so...
Amazing.
Yes.
I'm delighted to be able to do that with you. Yes.
Could you also, I was wondering, maybe I can commission sort of a album art, like maybe a cover for a band. If you could maybe paint something, I don't know, just
He looks at you a little bit surprised. He looks at Sato for a second out the corner of his eye, looks back at you and goes, I suppose.
I don't know if you painted all, but just saying, like, or any kind of art piece.
I just dabble here and there, So I'd be happy to, but it's nothing spectacular. I'm not a professional artiste or anything like that, But yes, thank you. Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Hey, any art that goes with art is professional. You don't put limits on, like, oh, this is it, this is not. Anything you do that you put your art into, that is professional work. I don't care what anyone says. So,
you know what? I would love you to tell my partner Anthea that. She's not so agreeing in that statement, but you know what? I like the way that you think, Toad. That's a nice one.
Do I hear that name?
Yeah. Everyone hears him out loud say his partner Anthea.
While this is going on, Blanco's sort of like just trying to find his papers amongst his stuff, because he's been traveling and his stuff's sort of a bit, and he's just sort of not too sure where he's put everything after searching, the Thunderbolt and having new things and sticking pixie dust vials stuff. He's sort of rummaging around.
Oh gosh.
So
you're gonna get rid of those vials. Oh shit. Vials, oh shit.
So I will just let everyone know what documentation you would all have, just so you guys are aware. So Arnar and Toad, you would have permanent residency to downtown in the People's Republic, and those are visas that last forever. You've paid for them, and they last forever. It was quite a lot of money to get those visas, but you did acquire it after doing a couple of jobs. You were both able to acquire permanent visas. Blanco, you have what's known as an alliance pass, basically. So because Brynlaw, the island that you come from, is an ally of the Imperials, it gives you 90 days within the People's Republic before you have to search for some either sort of temporary or permanent visa within the People's Republic itself.
Touch like England and Europe now after Brexit.
Exactly, dead on. Geo, you have what's known as a Missionary's Pass. This pass allows you unlimited stay within the People's Republic, as long as, if you are found within and asked for the visa, you can prove what work you're doing within the People's Republic, basically.
As part of the
the Crucio Rossi and the Mizuhiro, indeed. Evis, you have a very similar pass that are given to the Kazekar Monastery. That means that you can also spend a pretty long time here, as long as you can prove that you're in the city, basically working within one of the churches within the city and helping a church within the city. Finally, Ron?
An expired student visa.
Indeed. You do not have documentation to get you currently into.
Cool. I shut down and pretend to be an object.
Amazing. You see Ron into like a little cube just off to the side. growing that kind of purple like glow. And as this happens, you guys kind of make your way to the front of the line, and you can see that there is a hole in the undulating like arcane barrier. There's like a little like ticket booth basically that's kind of being held by the barrier itself, kind of floating all at the same time. And you can see that there's a gentleman in the booth. He's dressed in standard Imperial Guard garb. He's got a flat brimmed hat, basically, that is metal with like a sharp edge. You can see that he has a kabuki mask that is purple in color, and he then has shoulder plates that are connected through leather straps to a chest plate and to like rib plates and a back plate. And on the center of his chest plate, there is a purple symbol of the Imperials, which is a circle of barbed wire with a water droplet in the center. As it goes down, he has like some leg guards and like a scimitar at his side. And as you pull in, Ólafur's like, "Hello, we wish to enter. I live here." And he's like, "What's poppin', mi amigo? It's good to see you today. There's a lot of you on here, isn't there? Yeah, you know. So, what's your business here today, you lot? Huh?" And Ólafur kind of looks at you guys for a second as if he just lost his train of thought and doesn't know really what to say, and looks to you guys for.
Returning home.
Yes.
We're just returning.
Yes. What my toad friends here said. Well, we're returning home. Oh, okay. That's very curious. I'm very interested. Can I please see all of your documentation? Yes. You seem like you want to say something. What is it you, my blue friend? Nothing.
Wait, are we talking to?
Oh, sorry.
Are you talking to Evis or?
He kind of points at Evis and is like, "Did you want to say something? You look like you were about to say something to me, and I always like to let people talk when it's their time."
Oh, no, my Bluetooth was fucking up, and I forgot my Bluetooth was connected to my phone, and so when my mom just tried calling me,
I've never heard of this Bluetooth, but I hope whatever's going on with your mother that's all good, you know.
They have a Bluetooth.
Oh, you got a tooth
From the lightning.
It's magic that kind of sending through it. So
no, that was me. Big question mark, like out of character. That was me. Big question mark, being like, "What the fuck is wrong? Why can't I hear anything? Oh my god!"
Arnar, yeah, go for it.
Would I know this guy? I mean, as a resident of the city.
Oh, yes. Will we recognize him?
You know Gerald well. You guys have been in and out, but he always pretends to not know you guys. Here's the thing. Whenever you're, like, encounter him at, like, the Fishbowl Tavern, he's often, like, remembers you, is happy to chat with you and whatnot. But whenever he's at his post, he, like, puts on this weird professionalism, like he doesn't know you guys at all, though you have definitely encountered him a good few times at the Fishbowl Tavern.
Okay. Arnar is gonna take out his papers and say, "Hello, Gerald."
Well, it's good to see you there. What's your name? And he kind of takes your papers. Arna. That's a cool name, I suppose. Yeah, your documentation seems to be all good. No problem. You're a permanent resident, I'm sure. I'm sure I'll maybe see you around or something like that.
I bet.
My man.
Gerald, why do you do this? Gerald, why do you do this with us? Why?
What do you mean?
Are you ashamed? Are you ashamed to know us? I mean,
ashamed?
Is this like you?
He looks to the rest of the group. I don't know these guys. Who are you, little toad person?
I'm gonna say a story. I'm gonna say just relay a story about one time at the Fishbowl Tavern. with us like involved, all of us, and like just relay and like, oh, really? I mean, you don't remember blah blah happening? I mean, that was.
Now,
I feel like we'd all remember that.
You don't need to bring up that time I lost my shoe. Okay. I know these guys. Okay, you're good to go. Okay, geez, fucking hell. You don't need. I'm just trying to be a professional. Like it's what we're meant to do as gods.
I get it.
Blanco sort of like goes over to the deck and quickly picks up the purple glowing thing and realizes that obviously something's strange with Rom, like why they like sunk down or shape shifted into this, and promptly pops him like into his robe, like behind his back, and tries and hoping no one's noticed, and steps forward and goes, I have an alliance pass. I am, I'm from Bryn Mawr, and we are very, very, very aligned, attuned to this great island.
I like
Buenos dias.
I like how you talk. That's a nice accent. I've never been to Brynlaw, actually, myself. Oh, wow. Whoa. That's you. He holds it up. You look very different from your photograph here. You look a lot younger in the photo. When was this taken?
Oh, it has been a few years, but let me tell you, I think I am more distinguished now.
Well, you look furry, and he's like, yeah, all good, and hands it back to you. Okay, last couple of you, hurry up. We got another 25 people waiting. Hurry up, give me your documentation quickly.
Blanco passes by, hoping that he doesn't notice sort of bits sticking out of his back a bit, and you
see Ólafur hand over his documentation, just instantly be like, I live on the border of Uptown and Midtown, so here, permanent residence. And he's like, everything looks to be all in check here, Mr. Ólafur. Ólafur just looks at him again as if to be like, dude, you frickin' know me. And he's like, he's like, there you go, Mr. Ólafur. Thank you. And looks to Geo now.
Geo Shelby from the people, the Mitsuhiya, and we are part of the Crusea Rossi work around the Sky Realm. Privileged to meet you.
Oh, Crusea Rossis, yeah, what you said, yeah, it looks, wow, you talk like a young person, but you look like an old man, so that's wild. Yep, you're all good. And he hands that over to you.
Gerald, you don't have to be rude, okay?
Sorry,
I mean, no one's commenting, no one's saying nothing about the way that you look, the way that you have, how your armor doesn't really fit that well, it's kind of loose and kind of saggy, like, no one says anything, so, maybe we all should just, be...
I was, just making an observation, and he, kind of lifts his armor, he's like, I thought the working out, was doing me some good, but, never mind, and turns to Evis. You, with the blue tooth, what are we talking? Where's your documents to?
They're still getting used to, being, not being as strong as they are, and having, the forearm crutches, and they're like, shoot, I'm so sorry. Hold on, you'll have to. Can I lean against something really quickly? I'm so sorry. I need to.
Yeah,
root around for my papers.
You can see that he's in this ticket booth, and he looks to the rest of the group to assist Evis, and is like, sure.
Geo steps forward.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be an inconvenience. Yeah, Geo, thank you. And they kind of nudge their hip up to the bag that's on their hip, and they're like, they should be in there. Do you mind?
So Geo takes his turtle hands and starts sifting through, and is trying to find the paperwork and trying to be as respectful as possible. Is it this? And he shows Evis this
Yeah.
piece of paper. Okay, I got it. He unfolds it. This is Evis Organzi, and she's amazing.
Oh, that's a high opinion you hold there, my friend. Looks at Evis and kind of gives you that look of like, guy's into you kind of look, and looks at the paper. He's like, oh, I see, a believer, is it? That's very nice. I've never been a believer myself, but I appreciate what you guys do in Uptown, especially, making the city a nice place for all those believers. Anyway, here, that's for you. Cool, you guys are good to go. And as he kind of waves you through, and Ólafur goes back and reclaims the helm and kind of sets the Zephyr off into movement, Arnar, you kind of begin to like glide up past him on the Zephyr, and he's like, I'll catch you guys at the fishbowl, yeah?
My milk is on you this time.
You got it, buddy. And at that moment, you guys pass through the barrier with almost like a whoop. The sound is very different in here. There's less, wind because of this arcane barrier. You can tell it's almost like not going underwater in a sense, but borderline that kind of sound difference that you hear as you go underwater. And as you guys begin kind of going towards the lower island, the People's Republic, you can see that it is lit up beautifully. That there's light coming from within the city almost everywhere. Except for like maybe the top, quarter, maybe a little bit less, the top fifth of the city, which is in sunlight currently at this time of day. And as you guys continue to move through on the Zephyr, you go under the kind of Imperial City, which is above you. This gorgeous like marble wall that kind of encases it with flags kind of flowing off the side. These blue flags with gold trim, with that same logo on it. And as you guys kind of go underneath it, this shade kind of moves across the ship and encompasses you guys in darkness. And as you do, the whole kind of vibe of everything kind of changes a little bit. It becomes a little bit magical. You can see as you get closer to the dock that there's lots of people kind of running around and doing different things. It looks a little bit chaotic. You can see lanterns lit all along the dock, and it's really, really beautiful. And just filled with life as you get closer. You can see the dock, and Ólafur kind of begins taking you into like the lower section of the dock where he pulls the thunderbolt in, and the Gladius kind of just taps the back of it. He kind of looks around you guys like, well, I think, for me, I definitely need to get the Gladius fixed. You mentioned that you might want to take Evis to the Kaamils, so if Evis, darling, the best place for you to get fixed, and they'll be able to maybe help you a little bit more, maybe with treatment or something along those lines, would be the Kaamil Medical Center, just on the border of Uptown and Midtown. Might be a good place for you to go. But what I'll say is this: my house, as I told you, is on 14 Bedmouth Street. If I meet you there, then I can go take care of the Gladius, which he turns and you can see is just like in disrepair. It's not looking as clean and as beautiful as it did look at all. And he's like, so I'm gonna go deal with that. I'll meet you guys back at my place in a couple of hours. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me. I mean, is that good?
That works.
Yeah. Is everybody okay with that? I don't want to. If anyone needs me for anything, I'm welcome to help in any way that I can do.
I'm good to
We'll
follow.
meet you there.
Yeah. Okay. And at this point, he locks the thunderbolt in place, locking off the steering system and everything. Makes his way off to the Zephyr, And you see him like kind of step off the ship, and as he does, he just instantly blends into the crowd of moving people that are on this dock and kind of just disappears off into the crowd. You guys are left stood on the dock. Quickly, I just want to describe, most of the people here that you can see are wearing like basically either like saris or like Middle Eastern like wraps of clothing that are typically somewhere between like beige and black in color. Other people are wearing like kimonos and things like that, but everyone kind of here looks like a little bit tatty. It looks like they've, you know, like a sandstorm has been recently and they're all kind of a little bit covered in like dirt and tat and things like that. But everyone's got lots of layers on, lots of like wraps of cloth and things like that. These people kind of mingling, you know, there's people shouting and being like, you know, hey, over there, can you bring that over here? And someone else is, you know, like laughing at someone's joke. And, you know, there's a mother saying goodbye to their son, like, oh, please be safe outside the Imperium, my boy. Mwah! And, you know, sending them off. And you can just see it's just filled with life. And you guys are left by yourselves on the Thunderbolt.
I take the purple block of rom down and sort of like put him next to me and sort of like see what happens if he's going to, like, now that we've left the dock and we're now inside and
I wait for you to take a step back and then fairly violently, like, you know, like a transformer kind of thing, like yeah, everything kind of fits together and I can come back up. Yeah, that worked out. Yeah, I guess I'm just an object. Right. What's the plan? I was a little bit distracted there.
We do have a few hours to kill. Until just kind of smiles, kind of takes in this kind of being home, so it kind of looks around, smiles a little bit. I mean, we do have a little time, I guess. I mean, but let's definitely take him. Evans, we're ready. We take you down to the place he's talking about. I mean, they're not completely quacks there, so I think we'll be able to help out pretty well.
That is debatable.
Yeah.
What we can get.
I mean, I don't want to be a burden or anything. I mean, we're here for a reason. We should probably we can get me checked out later.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was talking there, Toad. My bad.
No. Robert, definitely don't. Keep going, because I definitely agree with that sentiment, so...
I'd like to look for any, like, is it druid or druidic? You know, there's, like, secret signs, maybe pointing to, like, a trusted apothecary or something like that.
Amazing. So, can you make an investigation check? Have you guys moved off of the Thunderbolt this time and onto the docks, or are you guys still on the Thunder?
Yeah.
Can't be perception, it has to be the investigation.
Perception as well can work. I'm happy to do perception. I ain't gonna fight you.
Okay, it's only a 10. Don't matter.
With a 10, Rom, this is busy. There's like people just walking past, people bumping into you, you know, as you guys are on the dock, and things are just a little bit chaotic, a little bit more than you were kind of expecting. And no one's really paying much attention to you guys at all. Except for suddenly you hear a voice say, excuse me, do you guys have some change? Any change? And there's a gentleman kind of leant up against the wall of the People's Republic, and he's in very tatty, like, cloth top that's like kind of torn and has holes in it. You can see he's wearing sandals and has one leg. And he's like, spare any change for a guy, you know, for me, please. That would mean a lot. You newcomers, you guys, yeah, you.
Do we know this guy?
Is he recognizable at all? Have we...
You guys can make history checks. Go for it. The rest of you definitely don't recognize this guy.
Okay. Evis will definitely be looking in their little satchel for like a coin to give. Mm-hmm. Just, you know, compelled by the goodness of their heart.
That's a 16. And I'll make sure to make a point up before, like, I tell everyone, like, hey, make sure, I mean, these people are nice, make sure you keep everything personable, it's kind of close, just, you know, there are as many good people, there are bad people as well, so make sure you keep everything secure. Just...
Evis, you go over and which hand are you handing him this coin with?
Right hand.
So the
They're right hand dominant. So
okay. So the one with the
so
scar.
not the one without the scar.
The one without the scar. Amazing. Okay. So you hand it to him and he's like, "Oh man, my name's Igor and you are a savior for me. I'm so thankful. I appreciate that so much." And Toad and Arnar, Toad, you definitely recognize him. Arnar, what did you roll, by the way?
I rolled an 11.
11. Arnar, you've been too busy. You've been too busy with getting to and from that you've not really noticed him. Though Toad, you've noticed Igor on the dock a couple of times. And he's like, he says to us, "You're amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it."
Do I know if he's legit? Like, if it's like he really needs it? Like, do I know enough to be?
You look in his cup and you can see that he's probably got, like a couple of copper in there, maybe 1 or 2 silver. And Evis, what did you just put in? Did you put a gold, a silver, a copper? What did you put in?
Silver.
Silver. Amazing. Put a silver. And he kind of rattles it. And for a second, Toad, you're watching him rattle it. And he's kind of weighing up how much is in there. He pours it into his hand, puts it in his pocket, and then puts the cup back out. And is like, anyone else from your group want to contribute to my cause, which is just fucking struggling?
Can I?
Well, I mean,
I was just going to cast a rain cloud over his cup, so it'll like rain water into his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It begins raining water into his cup, and you see a couple of people around you notice that you cast this and can see the water, and they're like, you hear some murmurs, some like, how did you do that? That's it's water? Like, where's he getting that water from? Someone's like, oh, he must be a druid, that kind of thing. And but no one really interacts with you.
Cool. I put that last for 24 hours. I hope you have a quenched day.
Yeah. Sipsy's like, oh my god, that's crystal. He looks around quickly, as if to see if anyone else was like kind of eyeing him up, and he puts the cup down behind him and pulls another cup from behind his back that is empty and goes, I can't tell you how much that means to me. I barely get rationed water here, let alone pure crystal like that. And you see him, though he's sat against the wall, he like dips his head. Thank you, Mr. Sir.
In my opinion, it should be alright. Thank you.
Yeah. It's okay. Thank you so much. I hope all of you have a blessed day. Yoitachi to all of you. And
Yoitachi. I'll write that down.
At that point, Gio goes up to Arnar and says, I have this quarterstaff and he's missing a leg, Arnar. What do you think?
Well, it's whether or not you'd like to keep your quarterstaff.
Well, it is my favorite quarterstaff, but I guess I could, this is a big city, maybe I could find something else. I didn't know what you'd advise.
That would be very kind. Most certainly, but you would be down to quarterstaff. Depends on your resource allocation, I suppose.
Gio thinks for the first time in those terms and actually does a quick inventory of his resource allocation and is now a little bit more hesitant than he was previously, but now finds himself in a bit of a bind because he thinks that Arnar is expecting him to give the quarterstaff away, and reluctantly shuffles forward to this person and reluctantly sort of hands forward his quarterstaff and says, I guess you could use this probably better than I could.
He looks at you and he's like, I don't need that. You keep that. If you have any change or any more crystal like your friend, I don't need that. And he kind of stands up with his one leg and he's like, I'm proficient in hopping at this point. I've been like this for a very long time, and I'm the fastest hopper you ever seen. So and then he sits back down and he's like, so if you got any coin, that would be appreciated.
Sergio turns turtle, like pink, in a little bit of embarrassment and is looking around to see if anyone else has seen it, and notices that everyone has seen what's just gone down, and takes his quarterstaff back, pulls out his little pocket purse, and finds a silver as well, following Avis's lead, and drops a silver into the cup.
Oh, thank you so much. That's it's gonna go towards. You see him like thinking for a second. He's like, a meal tonight. Yeah, a meal. Yeah, it's gonna go towards you know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how's that job search going, by the way, Igor? I know you were looking. I thought you found a few prospects the last time we saw each other.
Oh, you know, thank you for remembering me. Most people don't remember Igor, you know, and so I'm glad that you appreciate Igor and remember me. Job search. It's good. It's good. It's going really well. Yeah, I lined up a couple of is it interviews? Is that what people do nowadays? Yeah, interviews. Yeah, those. Yeah. I've done a couple of those recently.
You know what? How about next time you have an interview, I'll go with you and I will give you my glowing approval to help you maybe land secure one of these jobs. Because the way you are the fastest operator I've seen, so you're definitely capable of working, I think, in any kind of space. So.
Can you make a persuasion check for me?
Oh, yes, I can. That is a 21.
Oh.
Persuasion, expertise is a thing.
Okay, well, I don't know where you live. I wouldn't know where to find you to bring you to my next interview.
Business card.
Yep.
If you're ever in need of freelance work, I'm always looking for eyes around the city.
Oh, eyes. Well, and he blinks violently. I got two good eyes right here, not like my leg over there. So I got two really good eyes. Well, how much do you pay?
Oh,
Well, it's
definitely something fair.
commission-based, So,
Okay,
yeah.
But if you do take us up, there will be no begging. If you do take us, so we do start paying you, then you wouldn't do that anymore because we'd be giving you something. So it'd be.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I can stop begging, but do you guys provide accommodation? Because I'm just in deep downtown right now, you know, by myself, you know, on the streets. So do you guys have a place to stay for your eyes in the city?
We can. I look at R&R. I mean, like, we can kind of whisper. I guess we can maybe get a little space. I mean. Eyes would definitely be really smart to have around here, so especially with everything going on.
You're a little busy at the moment, but we can certainly hash these things out.
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem. And he takes the business card. He's like, I'll stop by. When I finish my shift here and my shift uptown, I'll come on by.
I'm glad to hear it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I guess Igor will, and he points to his eyes, see you well soon, you know?
Yes.
While this is going on, Blanco has stepped off and is looking around the city with what he can see. It's his first time here, and he's, you know, on his own personal mission, and is sort of trying to suss out the city to see what he can see. And he turns to Toad and says, Toad, my amigo, maybe you can help me later to help me find maybe the artisan guild. I'm sure I might find some of my friends there that or some of my people, and that would be amazing if you do not mind.
Oh, of course, I would be honored to take you there. That'd be yes, no doubt. Definitely, I would love to take you there. So, yes, I definitely can help you with that.
That is fantastic. It seems like this is a very vibrant, interesting place that you live.
It is. It's nice. I mean, it's good, bad, ugly, beautiful. It's everything. You know, it's Yeah, I think hopefully y'all will kind of like it as much as I do. I mean, it's not perfect, but nothing
It
is.
can't
So
be as bad as our time on the cluster cities.
yeah, that is a really good point. But and how are you doing? I mean, I know you're kind of questioning your place with us. Hopefully, you're feeling a lot more secure with us now. So, how are you doing?
It wasn't my place. It's just, I have this side longing to find out some information, but anything that brings me to a new space where I can maybe find out some more information, I thank you for bringing us here, and I'm sure you will be great hosts to us all.
Don't forget, I showed the card. You're the best attended agency at your service too, so we'll definitely be able to help with that as well. We have not forgotten. So.
Fantastic.
As you guys kind of stand there, you can see a large flow of people are kind of going through a giant gap in the wall. There's a huge gate, basically, with two massive wooden doors that have been parted, and there just seems to be like a flow of people. Though you can see that there's some people by the gate, basically, who are kind of talking to people as they come in. And you can just hear even more hustle and bustle coming from inside the wall. You can hear, a lot of shouting, a lot of laughter, a lot of, noise and just general chaos. You can hear carts being pulled across cobblestones, all that kind of stuff. Up to you guys at this point. You're stood on the dock, just chilling where you are. What would you like to do?
So we'll probably take Evis first, I'd say. I mean, since we're...
I agree.
How are you feeling,
I actually am
Evis?
very interested. Oh, I was all. Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll get used to this. The thing they teach us at the Kazeka is just perseverance and making the best of your situation. So
Blanco leads
I'm just glad I'm upright.
and says, Kazeka? I know the Kazeka. The person who has helped me most with my grief. Sirocco, the great monk. He is from the Kazeka.
Evis, you know this to be your master, the gentleman who trained you for many years. You recognize that name almost instantly.
Oh my god, you know him?
He
How did you know him?
When I left the cluster city with my good friend Porthos, he took me to the Arcane Institute, and he knew of my grief, of my internal struggle, my loss, my suffering, and it was with the great Sirocco that he taught me to channel my grief. He gave me some inner peace. He gave me the feeling to continue. He gave me strength like I had not had since I had been at the side of my master consul. And for this I will be eternally grateful. How do you know him?
Evis just smiles. He taught me everything I knew too. It's good to hear that his influence has such powerfully far-reaching effects.
He is a kind, gentle, caring being. And my life now, I am grateful to him.
Do you guys want to know something funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
My brother's name is Sirocco. Well, it's Akko. But, well, it's Sirocco. Yeah, it's the same name. Isn't that weird?
Is it
He's my
the
older
same
brother.
guy?
No, I don't think so. He's my brother, and I don't think he...
Okay.
I mean, as you know, we've been to the Kaamil, but he lives on the Corsia Rossi. My older brother.
maybe your
I didn't
parents
even know you had a brother.
gave respect to this great monk and named your brother?
Could be. I don't know. Yeah. I've got an older brother, and I've got all kinds of friends, and my mom and dad. We live on a it's a huge island, but it's actually a sky zephyr that moves around. You know the Crucia Rossi. We go around and we serve every run around in the sky realm, and we try to find water for those that need it. And well, anyway, yeah. So his name is Sirocco. I call him Akko.
You know, hopefully we're gonna meet him someday. Sounds
Yeah.
like it's a cool name at least. So
Yeah, maybe he will be great like the great monks around him. Maybe he too is destined for helping people get through some very bad times.
Yeah, I think it's more my Uncle Ace, really. That's kind of like that. Akko just sort of hangs out. And I don't know. He's. I guess I don't want to say anymore, but yeah, you might get to meet him at some point. He's my older brother.
It'd be an honor. It would be an honor to get to know your family more.
And
Yeah.
what a great luck that you have met Rom. Rom can produce, obviously, small amounts of crystal water. Maybe with this wonderful alliance we are forming here, this friendship, this bond, this pack, maybe Rom can assist
All of us.
with the Crucia Rossi for bringing water to people. Ron, what fortune to
for
have.
my buddy Waterham.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm here. I mean,
I should keep that down, shouldn't I? You shouldn't say that.
You see a woman in in a dark, kind of gown, kind of turn for a moment, and then kind of shake her head and just continue off with the things that she's doing.
Okay.
yeah, maybe
My bad.
just a little. Yeah.
so
Wrong's the word.
to the to the medical center or to Ólafur's, R&R?
Oh. My vote is medical center.
Yeah.
I think we should definitely patch up Evis as much as we can before we head to Ólafur's. I will be returning paperwork to. I don't know if you heard that. My dog just yawned very loud. I will be returning my paperwork to our place of business, so I will probably just be trying to kill two birds with one stone in a sense. But I will meet you at Ólafur's.
You sure you don't want to? Could I show them direction? Could I get I assume you have a map. Can I get a direction? Do you sure you want to? Because I can go with you. That'd be no problem. We can be our team. So
We don't need a map.
Sure.
Yeah.
This place is a little. I'm gonna give you guys.
Cool. If that's the case, then you want as well. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Do you believe that you have one of the traditional maps of the People's Republic that are given to new people when they arrive at the city? Is that something that that Toad would have had on him to give to the group?
I think we have more of our own kind of map, from our own kind of one where we know where things are, like the real kind of not the tourist map, but the
Awesome.
the real map.
Yeah.
So.
You might. Arnar probably doesn't, because he doesn't think he needs one at this point. Yeah. So that's kind of where he's at. He's just trying to go back home to sort some stuff out in terms of his business.
So Arnar, are you wanting to split from the group and head into downtown to go to your...
For a short time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I would go with them. I would give him the map because I don't want him to be alone. So I'm gonna give him the map and be like, oh, yeah. So it's all handwritten by Toad. So actually, it's not. It's actually pretty neat. For a Toad, the hands were able to actually make something that's definitely legible. His own flair on it though, so things are not named as what their real names are. In his opinion, the real names that he put down there.
Amazing. Arnar and Toad begin making their way down the dock towards one of the lower gates of the city. There's lower gates to downtown, and you guys know that the fastest route for you guys to get to your place of business is through the red light district. You've got to just bomb through the red light district and then cut across into deep downtown to the grooming parlor, which you guys have your detective business out the back of. So they kind of begin making their way off and leave you four on the dock. What are you four going to do?
Thank you for the map, Toad. Thank you very much. And I say, Geo, I'm not, anyone good at unfolding these things? They seem to just, I always get the folds wrong. And
because you got balls.
Yeah. So between the two of us, I pass it to Geo and we open the map.
Geo opens
My only map, don't rip it.
So, Toad, what would you have written down? What would the name of the Kaamil Medical Center be that Toad would have written down? What do you think would Toad have called the Kaamil Medical Center?
Probably not completely quack central.
Amazing. So you can see, if you're looking on chart, you can see the large city. There's almost like wall that divides the upper half. It's not actually a wall, it's just a ledge, basically a large ledge that does. The Kaamil Medical Center is one or two buildings back from that in Uptown, basically. And you can see not Quack Central written there with like a medical cross by Toad is written on the map there as you guys open it and look. You can see there's many other locations on the map as well. Lots of there's the Noisy Boise market in the center of Midtown. There's Narc Central, which is like the Imperial District that Toad's written. There's a couple of other interestingly named locations on there as well as you guys kind of peruse over this map written by Toad. But you can see not Quack Central is definitely just a couple of houses in, a couple of rows in from that borderline basically.
Whereabouts on the map is the pet shop detectives?
They are down in so basically in downtown there's two sections of downtown. There's downtown and then there's deep downtown. Deep downtown is completely derelict. It's almost completely abandoned at this point. Lots of homeless people live there. It's very much a squatters kind of area. And slum, yeah. Very, very hard place to live. It's also where most of the lanterns and stuff that are down there are kind of out, and it's very dark. And so it's the hardest place to live. But they're just above that in standard kind of downtown area. They're probably about 5 to 15 minutes away from 10 to 15 minutes away from the red light district in downtown, basically.
We're looking at the map, and I'm like, Geo, I know that Toad said he had written his own variation of things. So, what do you think is the medical center?
I think it's this one, the not quack. Yeah, I think it's that one.
Yeah.
And it's heading. We gotta go, and he just kind of turns the map and looks behind him and sees the docks. Turns the map again and says, "We gotta go that way." And
okay.
Alice, are you good to walk, or should we maybe see if they have something that can take us there?
I'm good to walk. We really don't have to go to the medical center. I promise you, I'm fine. We came here for a purpose, and if this is the path Alia has set forth for me, then I'll follow it.
As you say that name, you remember that unhinged jaw, those deep sunken black eyes, and that face is actually dark eyes, and then snap back into reality.
You okay, Evis?
You don't look good.
The color
Fine.
The color has changed. You are no longer vibrant blue. You are much paler. Is everything okay?
I'm okay. I'm still I'm still getting my color back from the accident. But thank you, all three of you, for all of your help so far today. I mean, Rom, the crutches are amazing, sturdy, incredible works of art. Yeah, I mean, and seriously, I do not want to be a burden.
I totally understand that, but I feel like you're more of a burden if you don't get checked out, and then a problem like occurs later on. Just thinking of a logical standpoint.
Okay, fine.
At this point, you see a gentleman who's carrying like a big stack of boxes, kind of bumps into Shear's like, "Oi, watch it, mate!" and kind of sways his way like towards the gate, and kind of follows the flow of people in.
Guess we're in the People's Republic, eh?
Geo, lead the way.
Yeah.
Geo's got the map, but also has traveled enough to know that you don't want to be too conspicuous with a map, so sort of folds it back enough so that it's narrow and it's not like this big unwieldy map, touristy like looking thing, and is marching in the direction that he thinks they need to be.
Amazing. As you guys come to the gate, you can see that these people are kind of greeting people, and they're like, "Hello, welcome to the People's Republic, our grand city. It's a pleasure to have you. Here is your free map. Here is your free map. Anyone else new who needs a free map?" And they're just handing out maps to the people. Yeah, they hand you a map, and they're like, "Hope you enjoy our beautiful city. It's a wonder inside. Trust me." And they're just kind of like ushering people through. As you guys come through to the other side, what opens up in front of you is a vast cityscape. You can see buildings rising up in different directions, and in Midtown specifically where you guys are, you can see that there is, lots of buildings that are like semi-detached or like blocks of buildings basically. Most of them are kind of beige, yellows, browns, like almost browny reds as well. Most of their roofs are kind of made with like reddish tiles and things like that. And the streets here are like cobbled. They're not like paved, but they're like cobbled. So you've got that kind of noise of carts, going past and people rushing around, and you can see, someone being like, there's a drunk fellow over somewhere falling over, and it's just pure chaos in front of you. It's like New York City, rush hour, just absolute chaos in front of you. As you guys begin to make your way in, can you all please make a perception check for me?
Absolutely, yeah. Evis is just like, this is definitely different. This is definitely different than the monastery.
It is. It's different than anything, isn't it? Look at the energy and the people. It's amazing, really. This is where Uncle Ace this is where he lived.
As you see that, a child runs past with a stick and a hoop, and they're just kind of bashing the hoop with the stick, and they're like, "Ha ha ha!" and just like kind of runs off down an alley like near you.
I got a 6.
6?
I got a 12.
12, 16, 12. Those of you who are above a 10, Gio, not you. Suddenly, through all this chaos, can hear shouts for help. You suddenly hear, "Help! Get these guards! Help me! Please, somebody, help!" Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Skyrealm. We're so thankful that you joined us here at Homie and the Dude. Hope you enjoyed seeing the players get involved with the People's Republic and experience the big city for the first time. Next episode, you can look forward to seeing them adventuring a little bit more and hopefully helping Evis out with their current condition that they are in. Otherwise, if you want to, follow us on all platforms. We're Homie and the Dude, but we also have 2 new things that you should definitely check out. We have our Discord server, where you can find loads of behind-the-scenes content and interact with Tom and I throughout the week, whenever you fancy it. Ask us some questions, that kind of stuff. And there's also now our newsletter of holding, which is where we send out a newsletter with lots of updates on things that we're working on. We also give you guys free D&D supplements, so whether that's an NPC, a map, or something like that, means that you guys get some free content as well as being entered in every single one of our dice giveaways, our family-made dice giveaways. So if you want to check those things out, there will be links in the description for those. Otherwise, we will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.